Welcome back, everyone. You know, in horror, the scariest moment isn't actually when the monster first shows up. No, it's when you realize the rules of survival you've been relying on have completely changed. And today, we are unpacking that exact terrifying escalation in our explainer for part 7 of the Midnight Curse of Room 307. We've got a lot of dark secrets to uncover about the mechanics of this supernatural trap. And honestly, things are getting incredibly intense. So let's just jump straight into it. Imagine this. The door to room 307 violently slams shut. You're trapped. So you look over at your friend, Saurabh, fully expecting him to be just as panicked as you are, right? But instead, he slowly turns around. There's this strange, completely unnerving smile creeping across his face. And his eyes are just pitch black. And then, in a voice that is definitely not his own, he delivers this chilling line. I am not Saurabh. Okay, let's dive into this, because this moment perfectly captures the mind-bending psychological horror Aryan and Rohit are forced to process in a split second. When Rohit nervously asks where the real Saurabh actually is, the possessed entity simply points up. And if you look up, the real Saurabh is hanging upside down from the ceiling, completely lifeless. His eyes are closed, and it looks like his very soul has just been sucked right out of his body. But right in front of them stands another version of him, smiling with those pitch-black eyes, fully possessed. One body, two Saurabhs. It's like their entire reality just shatters in an instant. And the nightmare gets so much worse when this entity reveals its timeline. This thing wearing Saurabh's face, it tells them it isn't just some random ghost passing through. It claims it's been trapped in this specific room for half a century. 50 years. I mean, think about that for a second. This isn't a recent haunting. We're talking about an established intergenerational cycle of torment. It completely rewrites the entire lore of the hotel, proving that this evil has been capturing and digesting victims for decades. Now, as if having your best friend possessed wasn't terrifying enough, the literal walls of the room begin to bleed. Blood just spontaneously seeps right through the wallpaper, and it slowly spells out a horrifying new reality. 7 souls, 1 gate, last sacrifice left. Aryan and Rohit aren't just trying to survive the night anymore. They are now actively part of a deadly, predetermined countdown. So, what does this all mean? Well, that number, 7, represents the exact, terrifying quota of souls required for whatever dark, underground ritual is currently taking place. And with the bleeding walls declaring that the last sacrifice is left, the implication is absolutely crystal clear. The entity needs exactly 1 more soul to open the gate, which means either Aryan or Rohit is intended to be that final, fatal puzzle piece. This leads to a horrifying realization for Aryan. They aren't in a haunted hotel at all. They're inside a soul prison. Now, what is that? It's basically a supernatural trap masquerading as a building designed specifically to capture and permanently imprison new souls every few years. The hotel is practically a living organism. It's this massive machine fueled by human tragedy, and our guys are actively being digested by its structured supernatural system. Suddenly, Meera appears again, but this time her eyes are just filled with absolute terror. She gives them a strict ticking clock to survive. If they don't break the curse before the first ray of sunlight, they're going to be trapped in this prison forever. So here are the almost impossible survival instructions she lays out. Step 1. Find the old temple buried deep beneath the hotel. Step 2. Locate the original source of the curse within it. And step 3. Break it before dawn. It's basically the world's most terrifying escape room, and the massive catch here is that no one who has ever gone down there has returned alive. The very second Meera delivers this morning, the stakes literally shatter beneath them. A massive earthquake tears the floor apart, opening up this dark, freezing pit right in the dead center of the room. From that abyss, a freezing wind blows up, and it's carrying the agonizing screams of thousands of trapped people. It's as if a literal underworld of suffering has just been ripped open right beneath their feet. And then, Out of nowhere, dozens of skeletal hands violently emerge from the broken floorboards. They grab Aryan's leg with just incredible force, attempting to drag him down into that dark, screaming abyss. Rohit has to use absolutely every ounce of his physical strength to hold Aryan back from the edge. Just picture the sheer claustrophobia and desperation of this moment. It's a pure, panicked, adrenaline-fueled tug-of-war for Aryan's life against a literal army of the dead. And as more and more hands break through the floor to pull at him, a single, horrifying, collective voice echoes from the darkness below. Come down with us forever. It's this chilling, terrifying invitation from the damned, desperately trying to pull our protagonists down into an eternity of torment. Now, let's track the pacing of these final minutes, because it's brilliantly chaotic. At 5:58 a.m., salvation actually seems to arrive. The first ray of sunlight finally pierces through the broken window. By 5:59, the terrifying white sari woman screams in agony and completely dissolves into smoke. So the sun saved them, right? Actually, no. At exactly 6 a.m., the hotel foundations violently shake again. The long-awaited sunrise destroyed one threat, only to trigger something far worse beneath the foundation. And at 6:01 a.m., the ground splits entirely, revealing this massive black door that slowly begins to open from the depths. Just as they think the dawn might have saved them, a voice booms from the abyss. Don't let him go. This booming, terrifying command originating from deep underground instantly shatters any brief hope of a rescue. Whatever is waking up down there, it is infinitely more powerful than anything they faced in room 307. And that brings us to the ultimate cliffhanger of part 7. When Aryan and Rohit peer into that chasm, they are left entirely shell-shocked by what they see. Seriously, the spirits in room 307, they were just the warm-up. So what terrifying secret is actually locked behind that massive black door hidden beneath the hotel? Well, it looks like we're going to have to brave the underworld secrets in part 8 to find out. Thanks for joining me on this one, and I'll see you next time.